What's up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about our transition into our goat. So from the point of us running into our goat to the time that we are starting our flank. And I like for this to try to be as smooth of a transition as possible. So the first way that we're going to talk about this is whenever we run down the side of the rope. And really both ways is going to be very similar. There's very small, minute differences between the two. But whenever I run into my goat, on like the side of the rope, so I'm running down the side of the rope, what I like to try to do is think about setting myself up for my flank as I'm running into it. So probably about like about half a stride or so before I get into my flank, I want to be thinking about setting myself up for this flank. So what I like to try to do is be reaching for the flank with my right hand. So be reaching so that it's getting my shoulders pulled towards this goat, and it's also going to be pulling my hips in that direction as well. So instead of going forward and then pivoting, I want to be reaching so that it kind of just like slides me into this position. With my feet, I like to I don't like to slide down the rope just because like I don't feel like I run as fast in that position. So for me, about like the half step before, I do like to kind of plant this right foot, and for me it's going to be out a little ways just because of how I like where I like to flank and how far I like my feet to be apart. So I'm going to plant this foot and just be driving this whole way through in order to start my flank. So again, I'm going to plant my right foot kind of just wherever I like to have my flanking foot. I'm going to be reaching with my right hand for that flank, and my left hand is going to be either going to the collar or the front leg, either way. And I'm just going to be reaching so that as soon as I'm starting that step in and I can get my hand on that flank, I'm starting that flank immediately. So I'm not even really set into position whenever I start my flank. Now, for me, whenever I flank, whenever I straddle, it's very similar. Now, the only thing that I don't know a whole lot about as far as straddling, and I think that everyone has different preferences, it's just like I don't have a concrete one, so I'm not going to say anything, is like whenever you straddle and the goat's head is facing this way. Now, me naturally would want to try to move this head out of the way. How you do that, totally up to you. But if I were to straddle and still try to keep as good of a transition as possible, I would still want to plant my left foot. Now for me, I like to plant mine a little bit further out, just so that I can bring my goat to me in the air to release that tension instead of going all the way here and then pulling it over. So what I like to do, what I feel is best, is setting my position, which the rope is still going to be tight, but as you can tell, this goat's body is not in position with me. So I still like to be reaching with this right hand and then just go for it like this. Okay, it's very similar. I think the only difference that I feel, or what it seems to feel to me, is maybe I'm just like a little bit further away with my body positioning being here instead of where collar flanking or running down the side of the rope, it's parallel with this goat or right down the middle of this goat. But I will say, whenever I was college rodeoing, this is where I could beat a lot of girls, because a lot of times they would come in straight and really kind of just like flop themselves over the goat to get into it, whereas I try to keep it as smooth as possible to where as I was running into my goat, I was flanking it all at the same time. So hopefully this helps you in some way. If you have any questions about it, do not hesitate to reach out to me. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure that you subscribe to my content. Make sure that you give a thumbs up on this video and leave a comment below as to what you learned from this video if you have any questions, and I'll put you in a drawing for a giveaway string. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see y'all next week with another video.